Fears about the government spying on us used to be limited to dystopian novels of the future, but today, thanks to technology, the government can spy on you in ways you may not have thought of. Did you know it can listen in on your conversations through your toaster, or identify you through a street camera and your driver's license photo? Prepare to be amazed at these 10 ways you're being watched by the government.
Amazing!
Number 10. Credit cards. If you're one of those people who rarely carries cash and enjoys the freedom of using your credit or debit card for everything, just keep in mind the government could be using it to track you. The NSA's financial database, TrackFin, has hundreds of millions of records, and more than 3/4 of them are from credit card data. Because credit card transactions are location-specific, the NSA could use it to track your location if they took an interest in you. Critics of the organization point out the NSA often hoards massive amounts of data, much of which has nothing to do with their person of interest. If you want to go off the grid, you may have to resort to carrying those old paper bills. Number 9. Store loyalty cards. Your store loyalty or rewards cards can also get you into trouble, as the government might pressure the store for info if they were ever investigating you. In one instance, Safeway used customer rewards data to provide police the name of a man who had purchased a fire-starting unit. The cops, who were investigating an arson, ended up arresting the loyal customer, then dropping the charges after discovering the poor guy was innocent. In another situation, the DEA subpoenaed store records to find customers who bought large amounts of plastic bags, which were frequently used in drug transactions. As if that's not bad enough, the British government is considering using customer loyalty records to target people who buy too much junk food with ads for healthy lifestyle products. Number 8. Insecure firewalls. If you have a secure firewall, you may think you're relatively safe from hackers, including those at the NSA. But it turns out the NSA has pressured manufacturers of security devices, including routers and other networking equipment, to leave certain backdoor vulnerabilities. These are known to the NSA and exploited anytime they take an interest in a person. Because the backdoor is built in, you're unlikely to know if anyone accessed your network. That's a sick burn from your firewall. Number 7. Don't trust your fridge or toaster. You may have purchased an internet-connected fridge or other appliance that claims to help you by keeping track of items, letting you know if you're running low on milk, etc. But if the government decides you're suspicious, they can use that same fridge and the items within to spy on you through radio frequency identification, sensor networks, and energy harvesters. If you value your privacy, you may want to give the new connected fridges the cold shoulder in favor of the old-fashioned kind. Number 6. Drones. Your own devices aren't the only tools at Uncle Sam's disposal when they want to spy on you. Drones fly overhead and collect data frequently, and there's no way to know if one has spied on you. This type of surveillance started with the Border Patrol along the American-Mexican border, and at first it was limited to that area. But the Pentagon admits to developing drones across US territory for non-military missions, although it claims these flights are rare and lawful. The DEA and ATF also use drones, and there's no way to know who owns a drone when it zips overhead. All you can do is make sure your hair looks good before you leave the house. Number 5. Instant messaging, smartphones, and social media. If you think changing your privacy settings on social media can protect you from the prying eyes of the government, you may be wrong. Many government agencies lurk on social media, ostensibly to protect us from crime, and can also monitor phone calls and track your location using your phone's GPS. Even turning off the phone may not prevent this. The government also collects metadata on phone calls, including who called who and time and length of calls. They claim not to be interested in average usage of phones and social media, but the Department of Homeland Security admits it pays attention to keywords like attacks, terror, or security. This seems a bit broad, especially if you consider many people having conversations about things in the news like, say, terror attacks. Or you might just be asking friends to recommend a good security company. The government also has some weird interests, following words like cloud and pork. No word on how much money this program is costing taxpayers, but it sounds like a real pork barrel. Number 4. Prism. In addition to worrying about the backdoor on your firewall, you should also worry about a program called Prism, a cloak and dagger internet spying program pet of the NSA. They use it to collect metadata from companies like Google and Apple in bulk. This may include everything from Skype calls to GChat logs. Again, the government can't legally do this to its own citizens, but it can do it if it believes it is monitoring potentially valuable foreign information routed through US servers. This only requires an analyst to be 51% sure the surveyed person is outside the US. Some critics of the program are 100% sure that doesn't sit well with them. Number 3. Cameras everywhere. If you're heading anywhere outside of your home, smile, you're probably on camera. Cameras are everywhere, from street corners to inside public buses. Many of them even have audio, so if you have a conversation while riding the bus, there's no telling who might be listening in. Worse, government officials are working on facial recognition software that can pull up your identity using a photo from your driver's license or other state-issued ID, and any info it has on you as soon as it's identified you on a public camera. Say cheese! Number 2. Smart TVs. You might think you're safe from government spies in your living room when you kick back and watch TV. But if you have a smart TV, it probably records all the conversations you have around it. This info may be sold to companies that want to sell you things, but Uncle Sam can also compel the TV manufacturer to turn it over if they have a subpoena. Just to be on the safe side, it's best to avoid talking about sensitive topics in front of your TV, because there's no way to bleep out your conversations. And if you try to tinker with the TV to turn off the recording, you could face felony charges under the Digital Millennial Copyright Act. It's almost enough to make you nostalgic for those clunky CRT monitors with the rabbit ears and snowy pictures. Number 1. Your webcam. Just because your webcam isn't turned on doesn't mean the FBI can't switch it on without your knowledge and spy on you. It sounds like something your neighbor with the tinfoil over his windows would warn you about, but it is a reality today. With a subpoena, the FBI can legally access your webcam without your knowledge, while the NSA has a program called Gumfish that can use your webcam to record video and audio. If you really want to make sure the government isn't spying on you, tape over the webcam when it's not in use, and cover any built-in mics on your computer. Even Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook fame has been photographed with his webcam covered. Do you think it is right that the government spies on us like this? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, please subscribe to stay notified of future videos. Thanks for watching.